Hi everybody, it's Friday and a snow day at that. First snow day this year. No school. And what do we do on no school days? We do eBay, everybody. We get on the eBay grind, alright? We did our listings today. We did 10 plus listings. We did some shipping and we did some selling. We did all of the stuff on now. We're doing some video making for you guys. We actually have a whole week of sales I want to show you guys and a whole week of stuff that we ended up picking up throughout the various thrift stops that we went to. I actually got some new stuff that I haven't sold before, and I found something really rare and pretty valuable here that I wanted to show off. I actually have another one, but it's horribly damaged. So this one's in perfect condition, never used. It's awesome. I'm going to show you guys that stuff right now. Starting off with the first new thing, we have Ogden Nash reads Ogden Nash. Now, I know we've all read this front to cover many times, but not many of us have listened to the cassette. We have a sealed cassette here. All the ones that have sold and that are listed are all records. So this is the only brand new and sealed cassette. And we found a few brand new and sealed cassettes today. And I've never done cassettes because I have no way of testing them. But I decided I'll get the new and sealed ones because then I don't have to test them. So we're just trying out something new. So this one here, it's like seems like the $5.90, $10 for the record. But this one's a cassette, so I don't know if that has a little more value. I'm going to try doing like $15, $20 plus shipping and see where it goes. You know, try something new. That's what you got to do to keep it fresh. Speaking of fresh, we have a new item to show you guys. We have Jean Redpath Lady Nairn cassette. It's another one that it's just not listed out there. It's not listed, so we really don't know how much it's going to be worth. So we're going to do the $10 to $15 and see where it lands, see where it falls. Obviously, best offer, so someone can send me an offer and I can determine, all right, so this is where people are valuing this stuff at, and I can accept it or decline it. No harm, no foul, right? I'll even show you here the sold. You know something's obscure when the sold looks like this. What is this item? What is this? I'm just showing it off. This looks wacky. Now, you know, like I said, whenever you start seeing weird stuff like this, that's how you know your item's obscure, because you're getting the weird stuff. Speaking of weird stuff, we have Talbot's Presents the Classics. Now, this one's not weird at all. It's actually a classic. We have one here that's already listed for $12.99. It's like new. It doesn't seem like it's sealed, so this one here, sealed. That's pretty good. It hasn't sold yet, so again, it's one of those ones I'll probably put out there, $9.90 plus shipping. See where it goes. Last of the cassettes, we have the Winds of the Willows, and now we've had actually a few of these here have sold. I have actually a 3-piece set. I have part 1, part 2, and part 3 all right here. Part 1, part 2, part 3 all right here. All look very nice. I decided, hey, we'll get a set and see what happens. These are all really cheap. I think they're 10 cents each, so I'm not even a buck in for all of these. So it was one of those ones, I'm going to take a risk, just try something new. We're all about trying something new, like we do the figures. Sometimes I have the Thomas figures still off to the side from the previous video. Yeah, occasionally I'll pick up some technology like calculators or keyboards. So every so often trying something new, keeping it fresh, keeping the journey exciting, keeping the hunt alive, keeping your prey, your potential prey, well stocked for the season. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Maybe you don't, but you will know what I mean when I break down the Breakdown Chronicles. This one here is pretty good. I was looking up these. I ended up listing them here for $20 plus $5 shipping. These are pretty meaty paperbacks. A set of 8 of these were going for $60, so I put mine out there for $20. It was pretty nice to have some paperbacks like this, because paperbacks around here are pretty cheap. They're like the 25 to 50 cents each. So having a little lot of 3 like this to be $20. Obviously, if we had all 8, it would be around 60, so that's amazing. But yeah, the Breakdown Chronicles by Ginny Dye. So if you ever see these out there, I've never seen these before, so it's probably going to be a one-off thing, but they're pretty valuable. Speaking of pretty valuable, we have another item that is about pretty valuable. We have this one here, Vintage Call of the Wild. Now, have you heard of this book? Because I actually have heard of this book, and I believe I had to read it in high school. We have actually a unique copy here. There was only one out there, and it was selling in the UK across the pond. Exit Brexit folk. That was selling over there, and it was going for like $15. The ones here were going around like 5 or so, but this is a unique cover, so I put it out there for 10 plus shipping. Now we also have something else that's going out for shipping. We have the Nutcracker. This again was kind of a unique cover art to it. There was a couple that had sold for obviously like 30, 40, but those are really rare ones. But This one here looks pretty cool. Unique cover art. No scannable on the pack. Look at how creepy this gnome looks. I guess he's a nutcracker. He's not a gnome. But honestly, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This guy looks like a gremlin, honestly. So, and the girl ain't looking that much better, is she? I mean, this is kind of a creepy looking book. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Being honest with my friends here. So, we put this out here for $11.11 because it seemed like the ones out there that were similar to this they were around $15, I believe. 15. There was one out there for $15 and then one out there for $20. So I put it out for $11. Then obviously there's the rare ones that are going for more. Then there's pretty cheap ones going for less. So I figured I wanted to go right in the middle grounds, put it out there around $10, and see where it falls. And again, seeing where something falls, we have my friend Giraffe, my friendly giraffe right here. This was a very good one, a unique one. These ones there seems to be a little bit of a set, Your Personal Story by the Magic Computer. I don't know what that means. I don't know if these are like computer generated stories or something. Kind of cool idea if that is what it is. But anyways, I have this one here. It had only sold once in the past, and there was none others like these listed. Past 90 days, I should say. And so what I took that to mean was this is a pretty rare item, but not super rare because it only sold for like $8. So I put mine out there for $12. There were others of the same like brand, the Personal Story by the Magic Computer. So if you see that, these are fairly decent. I always want to make sure, because repetition's key to learning, and I like teaching you guys my strategies. On the back here, we have no scannable, no barcode. So no barcode, always make sure you look these things up, because that means it's pretty old or at least not easy to search. So that probably means people have passed it by, people just haven't picked it up, or people are like, yeah, it's probably isn't worth anything. I'm not going to bother trying to type something in and try to find it on eBay. I am the guy who does that. I'm the guy who takes the extra time, and this is why I get little pickups like this. I am the bookman, as the thrift stores call me. And what we call something like this is a vintage 1961, the Uncle Wiggily book. The Uncle Wiggily, yes. We love old Uncle Wiggily. Now this one here is a very nice looking one. This one has actually a pretty cool back. That is on the opposite side of the thing. You see what I mean? So it's upside down if you do like that. So it's pretty cool, pretty unique. This is obviously pretty unique and vintage. Gives it away. I don't have to tell you this is vintage. You just look at this and you can tell by the art and the weird stylization of it that this is from a time that we are not living in currently. This one here looks pretty good. And the one similar, this wasn't really going for that much, but it's going out there for $10. Can't complain. $1 in, $10 plus shipping out. I can't complain. That is your pretty standard when you're dealing with the media mail stuff. I always call it like the media stuff, your books, your movies, your CDs, your games, and not the figures at all. But the figures are something entirely different. But I mainly deal with the DVDs, the books, the CDs, and the games. So media, I always say you get $1 in and $10 out. That's your bar standard stuff. That's normally what you get. And that's alright. But every so often you get one that's a little lower and a kind of an L. It's not that good. It's really not that good. And sometimes you pick up stuff like this. And this one here, we have Chinese eyes. This one, again, it's one of those, oh, no scannable on the back. And it looked unique to me. I thought this would be going for a lot more. But it wasn't. I picked it up because, oh, yeah, I have a bunch of things. I believe it was a part of a bag. There was in the kids section. So this thrift store I'm at, there's a kids and toys section. It also has kids books. And there's a book section right ahead. Some of these are from the book section, and then some of these are from the kids section. The Wiggly one, I think, was the kids, and a few others I'm about to show you from the kids. They had a $2 bag thing. So you fill in it's literally a plastic like Hannaford's bag, like your grocery, your local mart bag. So it was kind of a small bag, so I filled it up with some of these things. And we ended up putting this one in. You know, it going for around $3 plus $4 shipping. That's not bad. Guys, I have like a bin of stuff that I will redonate, but also sometimes if something can sell, even for not that much, it doesn't really matter to me because I kind of like those small sales. They get things going. They get your store moving, you know. It's kind of like I always think of it like a sacrifice to the eBay lords above. They grant us with a sale, and maybe they'll grant your other items the sweet release of being sold, you know what I mean? And sent to a better home. Speaking of a better home, we have a journey book right here, Journeys. Holton Mifflin Reading, 1986. This is, again, another one from the kids section room. Boom, part of that little bag. I always try to preach bag sales because I feel like I run into them very often, and when I do, whenever I make a mistake, it's not that bad, and whenever I don't make a mistake, it's really good. So this stuff is really nice. This one here was going for around $5 plus $5 shipping. That's not bad. Pretty meaty hardcover. Again, I'm just going to show it off. No scannable on the back. Vintage written all over the artwork on the front. On simple inspection of this, you can tell that's a vintage book. And you just look these things up. And if it looks like, oh, you can get like $5 plus shipping, I always make sure if you can charge shipping on it, just get it. Because even those little $5 items, they build up over time. They're good. They help you store. At least I believe so. I've been doing this for about a year now. Adapting these smaller sales has definitely helped my overall sales. The kid book, around $3. This one actually has a scannable on the back, but I have done Rudyard Kipling in the past, and I actually have some of his stuff down here, some of his older work. The older stuff that like all, you know, the dust is on top. Dust it off. Oh my god, look at this musty tome. It looks cool. This obviously is a kid's version of it. It was just something I recognized. Put it in the bag, called it a day. Very good, very well. We're moving on. Nothing too special about that. Sometimes kids' books are worth it, sometimes they ain't. But it doesn't really matter. What does matter is the fact that we have another book here. This one is my first book, a big Time Wonderbook hardcover. Read with me. This one's pretty nice. This one actually does have a scannable, but the front cover kind of drew my attention here. It looks nice. It's definitely part of a set here. And yeah, I made sure to note that we have actually some damage to the inside, which is kind of why the price is a little lower. No other exact books were out there for this, but the Big Time Wonderbook is obviously kind of a bigger set, a bigger series. So I put this out there for $10. Some of those ones were going like the $5 to $8, but this is a unique one-off that no one else has out there and sold in the past. So I put it out there, $10 plus $3 shipping. I think that's all right. One of those things, it's a kid's book. You kind of get these things very cheap. Yeah, always keep an eye out. Like I said, you get a little bag sale, you throw stuff in, you get a few $10, get a few $5. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Can't complain about it. Just like how we can't complain about having Hound Dog Man in our arsenal of books here. This one is actually going pretty well. This one sold quite a bit. And this one I have out there for $12 plus $4.50 shipping. This one's a nice book. It definitely screams vintage on it. The back, it has some wear and tear. We made sure to note that. I'll even show you my description here. I have, condition is good. Book has some wear and tear. See images above. Also, the pages within could have blemishes, such as stains or writing. Sold as is. So yeah, guys, this is one of those books. It's vintage. Has been vintage written all over it. Looks nice. Looks old. A little hidden piece of gold. Knitting and crochet. Knitting and crochet. It's crochet. I know that. I know. I'm the guy who has it in his hand right here. This one here, I always tell you guys about the knitting and the crochets. Never sleep on these. These are always an easy $5 to $6 pop. It's pretty good. You have to get some unique ones here. We have here the Women's Day 101 sweaters you can knit and crochet. I've actually sold this one in the past, and I've sold similar ones to this, like along the same lines, like brand-wise. This one, you just, I'm just going to keep showing it off here. These ones, you always see these. These are pretty much there in every thrift store, but no one really ever pays attention to them because most of them really aren't too worth it. I always find them in free bins. They always are just trying to get rid of these. I normally take them for free, but since this one was a good like $6, $10 pop if you include shipping, this one is just, I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it for the cheap 50 cents. So 50 cents in, around $6 to $8 out. I think that's all right. I can't complain, can we? Going into the final three. These are pretty big. These ones all are very good wins. Now, I don't want to say like this one's huge, but it's How I Met Your Mother Season 9. So I have Season 9 here. That's going for $12 plus $3 shipping. But I have 4 seasons of it. I have 4 seasons. And I can't find like an exact listing that matches the seasons I have. Because I have Season 1, I have Season 3, and then I have Season 8 and 9. But I have Season 8, which is the Yellow Umbrella Edition. So it's definitely one of those things where I have some, it's a weird lot. I don't know exactly how I'm going to sell this. But at the very least, Season 9 on its own is going for $12. So I'm assuming that these will go from probably, I'm going to say $20. Because this is 3 additional seasons. One seems to be a special edition of a season. 8 and 9 are pretty consecutive. It's the first season of the show. And season 3, I can't give any platitudes to it. So it's just season 3. I mean, that's just how it is. It's not even halfway. It's just season 3, guys. That's just, sometimes you get them. Sometimes you get caught. This time, we did get a pretty good item. We have at least a guaranteed $12 with one of the seasons. The rest of the seasons, I'm hoping, will carry us to around $20. Moving on to number 2. Number 2, we have a Blu-ray. We don't get many Blu-rays because we never really find Blu-rays. This one on its own, just its own, is going for around $11. Out there going $9.90 plus shipping. This one is going $11 free shipping. So we're probably going to put it out there for the $10 plus shipping. Like I said, that's a pretty standard $1 in, $10 out. But at last but not least, we have the huge Omega win. The Omega win, the Omega. Guys, be ready. Be prepared. This one's pretty cool. This is a vintage 1978 Star Wars 12-month hanging film movie calendar. C-3PO poster included, which is where the money comes in. Right there. Who needs the image? I'm not even going to show you the image there. I mean, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to show it to you here on this video, guys. You're looking right here at a $40 calendar from a year that I wasn't even alive to see. We have it right here. C-3PO calendar. I think this is pretty cool. I actually have one over there. I have a Lord of the Rings and I have a Star Wars one made by the same company. I got this at the same thrift store, but it was completely damaged because the two of them were actually stuck together. So when I tried to remove them, I did so very slowly, very carefully, but they were just melded together, so just ripped them. So I listed them together, just kind of like, kind of messed up ones, but a real collector might want it. But anyways, this one, what's really amazing about it and why I have it out there for $40 plus $11 shipping is because none of the dates are marked. It's in extremely good condition. The only wear and tear is really at the top here. And for something from 1978, this is in amazing condition. You don't really see stuff vintage like this that's in this good a condition. So yeah, this one's going around $40. I put $1 into this thing. This is very nice. This is a very good find. Keep your eye out for these, because clearly I found 3 of them now, including the Lord of the Rings one. Now 2 of them obviously damaged, but the good ones, especially ones that have the C-3PO poster or unique artwork like this in them, these are good things to pick up. This is your vintage stuff. This is the things that some collector is really keeping his eye out for. It's nice. This is where, being a little niche guy, this is something I don't typically do. I normally do my books. I do my DVDs, my CDs. You guys have heard the spiel 1,000 times at this point. Or rather, how many times I've made a video. I guess that's maybe like 10 or 12. But regardless, finding these little weird, obscure items, they're just going. They're very good because people... Not everyone's finding them, and the people who do, not everyone's selling them. You know what I mean? A lot of these things going right to a landfill, but not this one. This one was given the saving grace of my hands, and now I am bestowing it upon the eBay Metaverse. The eBay Metaverse. I just like saying Metaverse because it's stupid. Anyways, $40 plus $11 shipping. This is an amazing item. This is an amazing piece. If I was a collector, I would want this one. Into what's sold, we have Life After Death. Sid Roth himself, if you can believe it or not. Brand new and sealed DVD. Very good stuff. This one's nice. I had 2 of these. I picked them up at the same thrift store. $1 each. I got $16.90. I guess I did free shipping at the time. And bang, those both went out. So now I have no more left. So hey, good on ya. Amy, and the last name that I'm not even going to pretend that I know how to spell. I'm just going to call her Hanali. Now, this one's very nice. This is some actually Hawaiian music that I picked up. I found a bunch of CDs and different memorabilia from Hawaii. Now, I'm in some weird northerner state. We have snow on the ground now. The plants are dead. We see no sun. It's snowing and raining and icing all around us right now. Miserable, cold, nothing to do with Hawaii up here. So it's weird to have Hawaiian items up here, but sometimes you just find these things. You find the weirdest stuff. You wonder how it even ended up here. But hey, it did, and now it's heading back outwards to wherever. Probably back to Hawaii. So somehow it went up here, and now it's going back. That's quite alright. $10, free shipping. I think it probably cost me $0.25 to get these. These music CDs are generally pretty cheap, Speaking of CDs being pretty cheap, we have Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, EA Games. A lot of these places, you're going to want to make sure, this is a bit of information for you guys. Write this one down, put it in your brain, put it down the brain drain, put this right in your primary neuron. That is the last one that is firing after a long week of work. The information I want to give you here is a lot of these music CDs sections, there are computer games mixed in. I cannot tell you how many times I find games mixed in. And they probably won't charge you more because they really don't know that they aren't computer games. You just want to be careful. You want to make sure when you look at these music CDs that you are indeed looking for some games. Last video we did, Diablo 1, the original Diablo I found, that was in the music section. The Age of Empires 2 that I found in that same video, if you guys remember, was also in that music CD section. You just want to make sure you scan through these. Weeks back we had one in a video, Monster Truck Madness. I don't know if you guys remember, any seasoned viewers. If you remember these items, you find these all the time. I can't tell you how many that I have found over the course of my eBay career. Now, you just want to make sure you scan them through. You want to find your new and sealed, but you also want to find the obscure bands. I've sold plenty of weird obscure bands, even like including the Hawaii CD there, that previous one. That one, I don't think there was anything really listed for it. Picked it up, Hawaii stuff, boom, it went. I've sold plenty of it over the year. But finding these things, finding the games that are mixed in, because this is the same, it's the same box. If you see here, this kind of blends in. It looks like a CD. If you flipped it over on its side, you would think it's just a CD, or maybe a little longer CD. But you just want to make sure you'll see these things. You'll see like EA, or you'll see Lord of the Rings. It's like, Lord of the Rings, that's a movie. That's a game. Any prior knowledge to the games or anything that, or even music. You know what music looked like, and then you see like a game. It'll even say like CD-ROM some of the time. Anything that really sticks out. I think that's probably the most important thing. If you see something that sticks out to you, give it a look. And chances are something in your brain's saying, hey, this is fishy, this is weird, I want to check this out. And you normally do want to check this out because you might end up getting $15. Alright, take that little bit of advice and take it to the bank. And while you're there, maybe stop by and check out this 1960s Norman Rockwell book, My Adventures as an Illustrator. This one is pretty nice. It's just one of those ones that you pick up for $1, you sell for $15, you get it gone. This is a nice vintage. This is everything I've been telling you guys all this time. Has some wear and tear, because vintage always has wear and tear. You note this stuff. You put it in your descriptions, right? We put it in our descriptions, right? Look at that. Book has some wear and tear. I'm such a nice guy. I even turned on caps lock to make sure that my buyers, my customers, know that there is some wear and tear. See images above. Make sure, guys, there's wear and tear, be fair, okay? Remember that one. That's probably a little more easier. Wear and tear, be fair. Make sure you're noting that stuff. Make sure people understand, because you don't want to give people crap, okay? You don't want to waste people's time. You don't want to waste people's money. You don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your money, all right? Make sure your sales are clean. Make sure they're honest. And make sure that you pay attention to this next item. We have The Passing by Nella Larson, 2007. This one's actually something pretty weird for me because it's just a paperback, a pretty contemporary one from 2007. Why would I pick this up? Why did I pick this up? Well, every so often, you know what I just said. You find these things where it's like, hey, this kind of sticks out to me. It was just a random book. It was probably a slow day at a thrift store. I didn't really find anything. I was like, oh, shoot, while I'm here, my parents are still looking around the store. I'm going to go in, I'm just going to pull out every book, and I'm just going to look at it. Now, don't do this if there's actually people there, but if it's a nice quiet time, there's no one really around, you're the only one in there, you're the only one in that section, you just want to make sure you're going around, you're making 100% use of your time. Obviously, if you're more independent, I travel with my parents, if you guys don't know. This whole box office here, I like to call it, this is something that I run with my parents. It's not like we do the same business. We have two separate stores. We just share the same time and we share the same passion, I suppose. But anyways, sometimes, one's still working and I don't like pressuring the other and they don't pressure me either. And this is just one of those things that you can do. You fill up the time, and even if you're there just on your lonesome, this might be a good strategy. It's just to look at anything that really sticks out to you if you're really out of luck that day. Just go and try to use all your skills, all your prior knowledge from going out and hunting items, and try to find these weird items. Every so often, you might even make $10 from doing so. Speaking of tens and numbers, we have Metamagical Themis. Now, I thought this would be actually a math book, but it's actually a magic book. But speaking of Metamagic, we have right here 888, and $4.90 shipping going into my pocket. It's kind of crazy how these things happen, but they do indeed happen, everybody. You can go out there, you find these weird Metamagical Themis books by Douglas Hofstadter. Alright, no one knows this. No one knew that this guy made this book. No one understood that Metamagical Themis were a thing that were on the market, but they are for around $10. You could be the next seller of Metamagical Themis if you truly desire and put your heart to it. But one thing you might not be a reseller of is the Roy Rich Museum Catalog, 6th edition, 1930. This one here actually is very cool. Very cool. Want to know why? Because I don't know if I showed this off in a video, but I have showed off this sentiment in a video before, in several videos even. This one here is an obscure book. This one, I find it. Nothing's out there. Nothing even related to it. It's just a thing. It's something weird. Why would I pick this up? It's so obscure. Sometimes, guys, I love doing this. I love just picking up items that they have nothing. No trace, no anything. Just a big mystery box. Just a big box of mystery. Now, obviously, it's not that big. It's a little freaking pamphlet from, 1930s, all right? They didn't even have, real paper back then. This was shavings off of a tree, all right? That's probably not true. But what is true is that I did end up getting $25 for it, all right? I had this out there for $33.33. Like I said, even earlier in this video, put it out there. Put best offer. Someone gives you an offer. You think to yourself, is this book really worth that in your mind? Well, I have no clue what it's worth. Bang. $25. It's $25 I didn't have the other day. Our money I didn't have the other day. The Bobsie twins. We showed this off in a video, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Around then. All right, we'll just say 2 weeks ago. This is one of those ones I picked up. Hey, look, these things are all of the same brand. They all say Bob Twins. They all say Bob Twins. But, oh my God, it's only this book 1, 5, 9, 13. What is this lot? What am I going to do with this? What are you going to do with it? You're going to put it out there for $10 plus $3.82 shipping, and you're going to sell it, all right? You're going to sell it because you're a determined seller. You have confidence in your item, and you know that when you like things together, you can achieve anything, guys. Always make sure you are lotting things because lots do well. People like items. They see, oh, hey, I wanted this one, but also these two look cool, and oh, I never even seen that one. Bang, I'm going to pick up this lot for $10. It's just $10, right? Bang, out the door. $10 I didn't have the other day. Speaking of $10 I didn't have the other day, new and sealed. This one I do know I showed off in one of my earliest videos. $10 plus shipping. What do I always say? And I even said plenty of times throughout this video already. We have $1 in and $10 out. But this isn't even true. I've lied to you. This was part of a Goodwill bag sale. This was a color day, I believe. If you guys remember the video, you probably remember it more than I do. A bunch of sealed DVDs. I believe it was a blue color. Put them in the bag. This would cost me less than $1. Fractions of $1, everybody. This one in. Sealed DVDs, guys. Always do sealed. If it's a sealed, it's a deal. I say that every video that a sealed DVD is in. You want to know why? Because it's goddamn true, alright? It is very true. You want to make sure that you are getting your seals, baby! Because these are pretty good. These are very good. Stuff can go crazy. If you find sealed VHSs, whoa! I've sold plenty, $40, $50, $60 even for sealed VHSs. Sealed anything is amazing. Sealed music CDs are great. You just want to get sealed stuff. But every so often, you don't find stuff that's sealed that's pretty good. Like the Cat Empire. This is an obscure music band. No one really knows about this. I even showed this off. This was one from this year. Showed this off in a video probably 3 weeks ago. Guys, all the stuff that's selling are from videos I've made just this year. I've been doing YouTube, I don't know, not even that long. Just a month. We're over a month now. Hey. We've done it. But you know what else we've done? We've sold this already, the Cat Empire. This one, they hadn't been listed, hadn't sold really at all. I believe there was one selling at the old England or Aussie land, the other side of the planet. This was stuff that wasn't selling here. I picked it up. I took the chance, and I got the $12 for it. Always make sure you're taking your chances if you feel like you can. If you got your store to the point where you're like, oh, I'm getting plenty of $20, $10 sales, I'm going to take some chances. Then don't take big chances. Don't take $40, oh, I'm going to bring in this anchor and put it down here. I'm going to try to sell it, right? Don't do that. Use your smarts, all right? Use your common sense. You see something that looks obscure, looks cool. hey, maybe some collector might want this. This definitely looks like it has some rarity. I mean, this looks cool. It looks cool, right? The art, it doesn't look bad. Look at the eye of Sauron, the old Pixar Monsters Inc. intro with the birds on the wire. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is all good stuff. This is all good stuff. Telltale signs of a very obscure item that's going for around $12. I can't complain. Can you complain? Probably not. But you can. You have a comment section to do so. So good on you. Speaking of good on you, we have the police. Another obscure one. This one, I believe, actually had some that sold for around the 10 to 15. But this one I got so long ago, I really can't give you guys any real specifics like that. But what I can tell you is that I did accept an offer for $12 because it's been out there for a little bit. This one, I believe I picked up for $1 a while ago. It's a nice little set. Yeah, I got $12. Sometimes, like I said, like you accept offers because nothing sold that day, and you really just want to get stuff moving. And I think that's all right. It's a good strategy. If you can, you're still making money on it. My mom always says we're in the reselling business, not the storage business, right? Despite what it may look like, all right? We have plenty of boxes back here. We do indeed move stuff. We do indeed sell stuff, right? This is we're the selling business, not the storage business. I think that's a good line. So if you can and you feel comfortable about it, like you're not losing money, obviously don't lose money on your transactions. Take offers, take a low ball and it might get your account moving. It's not scientifically proven, but it is how I feel things work. And other people have said similar sentiments on the YouTube community. So I think we probably are on to something, but probably not exactly spot on. But I'll be honest, if you ask anyone on this planet about how any algorithm worked on any big tech website, they would have no clue, all right? They have no clue how these things work. And just like how we have no clue how the Mingle Trees by B. Kogan sold. This one I picked up for free in a free box along with some knitting and crochet stuff. This one just sold today, and it sold for $10. This was my most recent sale, unless I check my phone right after this and something has sold. But I want to make sure that I had the most up-to-date information for you guys. This was my most recent sale, $10, free shipping. It was just one of those ones. You pick it up in a free bin. It's kind of weird. Who's really going to buy this? Who wants this? Well, someone did. Someone did want it, and we are happy to give it to them for around $10. So yeah, always take these weird risks. If there's a free bin there, always check it out. If your price is $0, you can only go up from there, unless you take a really bad offer. But just don't do that, okay? Love to see it, everybody. The end of the week, the end of the video even. It's amazing, again, to stand here today with you guys and share with you another video about this week in my eBay store. I hope you guys have an amazing week at your eBay store. Feel free to let me know down below how everything's going with you. I actually am kind of curious how other people are doing. I watch plenty of the YouTubers. I probably watch some of the same YouTubers you guys do every night with my parents. I like kind of seeing how everyone's store goes, how it grows, what they change, what they do. I throw in my few cents here on my little channel, and I'm glad for anyone who stopped by and paid any mind to it. But yeah, guys, it always is fun. I actually really enjoy doing this YouTube stuff. I really enjoy doing this eBay stuff. I really don't enjoy doing my school stuff. But whatever it takes to become a nurse, I guess I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to do it. But I'm also going to keep down my eBay dream, my eBay passions, and we're going to keep you guys informed, all right? Well, keep talking to you on this camera here on my show. The weekly startup on Monday and the weekly recap on Fridays. It's been a pleasure, guys. It's your host, Man Up Cells, with another video down, Love you all. I love you all very much. You have an amazing day, an amazing weekend even. Best of luck with your sales, best of luck with your thrifts, and best of luck with your lives, all right? Further ado, I'm going to give it to you right here. This right here is going to be the biggest, the strongest soldier saluting piece you've seen on this channel so far. So here it is. Soldier salute and peace. Love you guys.